Hey guys, with the holidays fast approaching, I thought it would be a good time to go ahead and create a SaunaBox buyer's guide. That way, if you're looking to buy a sauna either for yourself or for your loved one this holiday season, you'll get the best sauna for either you or your loved one. I've tried nearly every single SaunaBox products there is out there, so I think that I am a good point of reference to help guide you in the right direction. So let's first start with the SaunaBox Sauna Bag. When it came to quality, I thought it was definitely top notch. It felt very expensive and it felt very premium. However, this was my least favorite of the SaunaBox products, just from the standpoint that you don't get a full-on authentic sauna experience from the sauna bag. I think that the sauna bag is good for a person who just wants a mild sauna experience. Now, over the course of 1 hour in the sauna blanket, I was able to sweat out 1 pound of sweat, and this was with the sauna blanket running at max temperature. And when it came to heart rate, the sauna blanket gave me an average heart rate of 96 beats per minute, and that's up from my resting heart rate of 63 beats per minute. So the sauna blanket states that it can get up to 176 degrees Fahrenheit, but honestly, it didn't feel all that hot. I feel that as I moved around the blanket, I would find spots that just weren't as warm as the rest of it. And I used an oven thermometer to get the temperature, and it was around 110 degrees in the hottest part. However, with the blanket, you could use it in your bed or even in a chair if you'd like. In my opinion, though, if you're looking for an intense sauna session, I would avoid the sauna blanket. When it comes to the SaunaBox Sauna Bag, if you're looking for a full-on sauna experience, I don't think it's for you. It's for somebody who really wants a more milder experience. I could see this would be good for somebody who had heart issues or maybe an older person who really doesn't want to put their body through a whole lot of stress. Alright, so now let's talk about the SaunaBox Steam Sauna, and this was the first product from SaunaBox that I had tried, and I absolutely loved this sauna. Now, I put this sauna in my garage for the simple fact that this sauna does create a lot of moisture, so you're going to want to make sure that you put it in a well-ventilated room. It also creates a lot of mess. You're going to want to make sure that you have a rug down on this thing, because when you get out, you'll have a lot of water that goes everywhere. Alright, so it's heated up. I'm going to go ahead and take my temperature before I get in this. I'm going to take it after, and that way I can see how much this thing has raised my internal temperature. So before I get in, let's go ahead and get that measurement. It is at 98.7 right now, so I'll go ahead and jump in and we'll see how much this thing is able to raise my body temperature. I'll also be tracking some of my other stats using my Apple Watch, so I'll be able to determine my heart rate and things like that. All right, guys, I just came out. Time to check my temperature. 105.2 degrees. Oh my gosh. All right, so it's been about 30 minutes since I used the SaunaBox. Now, I weighed myself before I got in, and then after I got out, I dried myself all off and I weighed myself again. So in my first 20-minute session of using the SaunaBox, I lost 1.2 pounds. Now, that's obviously all water weight. So here is the heart rate chart from that session. You can see that each time I sat, my heart rate would lower 20 to 30 beats per minute, as opposed to when I would stand, it would raise 20 to 30 beats per minute. So standing in the sauna was definitely more difficult. So I decided to do a sauna session where I stood the entire time. And here is the chart from that session. And you can see that I was in the zone 5 for my heart rate for over 10 minutes, which was just insane. Now, when it came to the temperature, it typically got between 125 to 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, I kept this in my garage, so it depended on the ambient temperature of my garage. When it was very cold in the winter, it would get up to about 125, and that's with my garage temperature being the high 30s to low 40s. In the summer, though, when my garage temperature was in the 90 degrees, it would get up to 135. Sometimes it'd even push it up to almost 140. Now, it doesn't matter whether it was 125 or 135. It was still very hot when you're inside of there. The humidity really makes it feel like it's much hotter than it is, and so you will sweat a ton in the SaunaBox Steam Sauna. The temperature is absolutely not a problem. They say it feels more like 170 to 175 degrees with the full humidity, and I'll agree, it is extremely hot, whether it's 125 or 135 degrees inside of the sauna, you're going to sweat a ton. In fact, it was one of the saunas that I sweat the most in. If you're looking for a very authentic sauna experience, the SaunaBox Steam Sauna will certainly help you get that authentic sauna experience. The only knock on this sauna that I have is it does create a bit of a mess. So for that reason, it is my third favorite product from SaunaBox. All right, so now I want to talk about the SaunaBox Pulse, and this is my favorite sauna for under $1,000. It is a portable infrared type sauna. I also use this in my garage. The ambient temperature in my garage when I used it was 70 degrees, so it was very similar to what it would be inside of the house. And it would get up to 160 to 165 degrees Fahrenheit, and it took about 30 minutes for it to reach that temperature. The SaunaBox Pulse is the most intense infrared sauna I have ever used. I sweat more in this sauna than any other sauna I've ever tried. And today we're going to put it to the test with a sweat test to find out how much sweat I can lose in a session in the SaunaBox Pulse. So before jumping in, I grabbed a couple of measurements. I weighed 204.4 pounds and I had a body temperature of 98.2 degrees. All right, so it's time to enter the gates of hell. So inside the SaunaBox Pulse is a bench that is surrounded by 6 infrared panels that go all around you. The heat absolutely overwhelms you. And in front of you are 2 medical grade red light therapy lights so you can get the most out of your sauna session. I've been in here 3 minutes and I'm already starting to sweat profusely. All right, I've been in here 15 minutes. The heat is now almost 170 degrees Fahrenheit, so woo! I've been in there 20 minutes. My body temperature is up to 103.3 degrees. My heart rate was at 168 beats per minute. I'm gonna have to take a quick break before I jump back in, but woo! Typically, I can stay in other infrared saunas for over an hour plus. I normally don't even start sweating until about 20 minutes. I start sweating in here after 3 minutes, and I can barely stay in here 30 minutes, and that's even with taking a break in the middle. After 30 minutes, I feel like I'm about on death's doorstep in the SaunaBox Pulse. So after 30 minutes in the SaunaBox Pulse, I burnt 254 calories, and I had an average heart rate of 143 beats per minute. So how much did I sweat in 30 minutes? Well, almost half a gallon, 3.8 pounds. I think it is overall the best sauna you can get for under $1,000. And it's well under $1,000, especially if you use the discount link below. And I have discount links below for all of these products. So if you're looking to get one, make sure you do that because it will save you a bit of money. Of course, I'm pushing it in this. I have it set to the max. You don't have to have it at the max all the time, but you can certainly push it to the max. I like the SaunaBox Pulse because it is much easier to clean than the steam sauna. Another thing that I loved about the Pulse was the red light therapy. Now, I was a bit skeptical of the red light therapy to begin with, but I had a wart on my finger that I held in front of the red light when I was in the sauna. And within a few sessions, the wart actually fell off. And I was so impressed, I looked it up, and of course, it said red light therapy can actually help get rid of warts. And it certainly did for me. I've noticed other benefits as well. It helps my joints, it helps sore muscles. And I think the red light is actually a huge factor, and I love that you can get that in your sauna session. So the SaunaBox Pulse is my number 2 favorite sauna. And I think that if you are worried about the mess and you want the best sauna for under $1,000, go with the SaunaBox Pulse. All right, and now for my number 1 favorite sauna, and that is the SaunaBox Solara. That's where I'm in right now. And of course, this is the most expensive offering from SaunaBox, but this is a full spectrum infrared sauna. It's beautiful. It's a nice wood sauna. It's got a mirror glass, and it gets extremely hot. Now, I have this in my bedroom. I keep my house about 67 degrees, and it gets up to 150 degrees. I sweat a ton in this. I can sit in it for a long period of time. It's very relaxing. It has a built-in radio. It has built-in Bluetooth, so you can put something on the Bluetooth. You can watch it through the glass. And I can sit in here for a long period of time. It is so relaxing. So I did a 1-hour session in the Solara, and during that 1 hour, I was able to sweat out 3.6 pounds of sweat. I had an average heart rate of 131 beats per minute from my normal resting heart rate of 61 beats per minute. I had a max heart rate of 169 beats per minute. And according to my Apple Watch, I burnt 430 calories. I'm not sure how accurate that is though, but I just wanted to include it. And I got my body temperature up to 102.7 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's very easy to take care of. After I use it, I just get a towel, I wipe it down. I use some eucalyptus oil and water to wipe it down. So it's very easy to use, very easy to maintain. And all of these SaunaBox products use just a standard outlet. So there's nothing special you have to do with the electricity. So I think that if you're looking for a beautiful, full spectrum infrared sauna with red light therapy, the SaunaBox Solara is definitely the best value on the market. Similar saunas to this go for over $5,000 from other companies. And it's a one-person sauna, but I'll say it's pretty roomy because my wife and I were both able to set in here at the same time. Now, it probably wouldn't be very comfortable to set in here for an hour with both of us, but you have a ton of room in this sauna. It's a very beautiful, very hot, very efficient and effective sauna. So there you have it. Those are my favorite saunas from SaunaBox in order. You have the sauna bag at number 4, the steam sauna at number 3, the SaunaBox Pulse at number 2, and the SaunaBox Solara at number 1. And like I said, if you're looking to get any of these holiday season, be sure to use my links below to save you a little bit of money. It also does help give me a little bit of commission to help me make these videos. And if you have any questions about any of these saunas, be sure to put them below in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them for you because I want to make sure you get exactly what you're looking for. I love saunas. They've been a game changer for me since I started using them a couple of years ago, and I'll never be without a sauna again in my life. I absolutely love using the sauna.